guys, today I'm going to show you how I turned myself into Jeff the Killer. I have done a Jeff the Killer tutorial before. However, it was shit. It was shit. My smile was terrible. I think it's a lot better now, because now I actually know what I'm doing. Kind of. So I'm going to shut up and jump straight into the video. Just like I did for 11, I'm going to be going over all the stuff I'm going to be using today. For the white face, I'm going to be using the NYX Pro Foundation Mixer in white. You can use a face paint. I like the Mayron Paradise paint. I'll be trying to put that on with a sponge. This is the NYX Cosmetics one. I'll also be using the NYX HD Finishing Powder in Translucent, the NYX Machinist Ignite palette, the Urban Decay Shadowbox palette, the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner Pencil in Swerve, the NYX On the Rise mascara, and the Ben Nye's Stage Blood. Brushes are the same deal. The brush that came with the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette. Brushes from a brush set I got off Amazon. What I'm pretty sure is an Eco Tools liner brush. And to apply the blood, I'm going to be using just this random paintbrush. Again, if I were to wear this makeup out to a con or whatever, then I would put on the NYX Shine Killer Primer in my T-zone, and I would use the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer, also kind of around my T-zone but more under my eyes. I'm going to start with the white base. This always does that to me. I don't usually use sponges. I prefer brushes, but I figured for this it'd be easier to just get a sponge out. I also did not wet the sponge. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to wet sponges. I decided to use this because I have an easier time with this than I do face paints. Fun fact, I hate face painting on this scale. I have a lot of, not bad memories, but bad memories associated with painting my whole face and neck and everything with body paint, specifically blue. Those of you who have been here a while will know I am referencing Undyne from Undertale. I would, in editing, take this moment to pop up a picture of that costume, but we never took any damn pictures. Not because it was a bad costume, but because we simply forgot, because that day was a special kind of hell. Don't forget the neck. I'm not particularly worried about getting any of this on the sweatshirt because this is white. Sweatshirts were white. Gonna do another layer. I remember when I first did Jeff's makeup 2 years ago almost now. I did make a video of it. The makeup wasn't great because my smile was bad. In my defense, I decided to do that costume 2 weeks before the con that year, so it was very last minute. There was a fear that the things I needed wouldn't get here in time, and when they did arrive, it was a week before the con. And that tutorial I filmed was the first time I'd ever done the makeup, as it is for pretty much all the tutorials I do, for the most part. So now that I'm sufficiently white, I'm gonna set it with all of it with that translucent powder. If your ears are gonna be showing through the wig, I would suggest painting them white. If they're not, don't worry about it unless you just want to. I don't care, it's up to you. Because however you decide to cosplay, there is no right or wrong way to cosplay as long as you're not being insensitive. Alright, I'm going to do the eyes. I'm going to start with that pencil. I'm really just going to put this pencil everywhere, but I'm going to make sure I at least get it along my lash line, since in the story he did burn his eyelids off. Don't forget the bottom. I'm also going to do my waterline. If you can stand it, I would recommend doing like your upper waterline, like your tight line. I can't stand it, so I'm not going to do it. Alright, I'm going to take the Urban Decay brush and I'm going to smudge this out. Don't be afraid to be super messy with it. Remember, we don't want this to look particularly queeny. Hey puppy! Hey little man, come here. Is this just how you do an emo eye look? Now I'm going to go over it again with the pencil and blend it out again. I feel like all I'm doing is creating an emo eye look, to be honest. I hope I remember to refresh my waterline before I make TikToks. I'm going to go in with a little bit of black eyeshadow and just kind of press it on top. Just a little bit. Kind of like a, like I'm setting it because it's a cream liner and I just don't want it to crease too much. So I'm really just keeping this like in my crease and on my eyelids. I'm also putting some on my bottom lid because some of my skin is poking through and I don't really want that. It's already looking a lot better than the first time. Now I'm going to put on some mascara. I'm not worried about clumps. I'm just trying to hide my eyelashes because naturally if Jeff burned his eyelids off, it's reasonable to believe that he has no eyelashes. My bottom lashes kind of blend in, so I'm not going to do those. I'm going to take that Eco Tools liner brush and I'm going to map out where I want the smile to be. And to do that, I'm going to go into the Ignite palette and I'm going to take the bottom left shade just a little bit. I'm just going to tap the tip and I'm going to tap it out and I'm not going to do what I did the first time and encompass my entire lip, all my lips. I'm just going to go from the corners and drag it up. You know, like a normal Chelsea smile is, right? I'm also not going to worry too much about it being even because I imagine when you've snapped and you've decided to cut a smile into your face, it's not going to be the most even endeavor. Now with the fluffy side of that Urban Decay brush, I'm going to dip into that same color and I'm just going to fill it in. This is going to be a kind of base because the blood is going to congeal. And when it does that, we don't want to have just white underneath it. I'm also going to drag it on the corners of my lid, like this, on the corners of my actual lips. This is also a good way to make it look kind of irritated. I'm going to go back in with the Eco Tools brush and take the color next to it, which is more of like a purpley red, it's darker, and I'm just going to go in the middle with it, trying to make it look a bit deeper, and thinning, making sure it stays thin toward the back, and kind of using the brush to kind of blend it out as I go along. I'm trying to just stay in the center with it. Then I'm going to take that Urban Decay brush back into the lighter red shade and I'm just going to lightly go over it. Make sure it's blended. Okay, I also patted that light red color on my lips and kind of blended it outside my lip line a little bit just so it's kind of all cohesive and it's not just like white, because I did put that white on my lips. I'm going to turn my brows black really quick with that eyeshadow just so they match the wig. I'm not going to worry about being precise with it, just covering the hairs because I am blonde. That's going to be noticeable when I'm wearing a black wig. And now I'm going to kind of contour my face a little bit, and I'm taking a gray eyeshadow that kind of has like a brown base to it. And I'm going to start with my cheeks, and I'm going to start, I think this is called the tragus. where you would get a tragus piercing. So like right in front of that and then down. Just gonna blend it out a little bit. Kind of over the smile, but also around it, and I'm going very lightly. I probably should have done this before the smile. So if you're gonna contour like your cheeks, do it before the smile. I don't know if they're gonna show up with the wig, but I'm doing my temples anyway. And my nose. Also gonna do my jaw. And now the moment of truth. The blood. Wig time. I have my sleeves pulled up, by the way, because I live in Texas in the US, and it's like the beginning of August when I'm filming this, so it is friggin' hot. Trying not to get the wig in the blood, because this is also my Benetton wig. It tastes just as disgusting as you would think a plastic knife would taste. This is how I turned myself into Jeff the Killer, but better than last time. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you want to see more stuff like this. I will leave a list of all my social medias down in the description. I will also leave a list of all the stuff I used on my face. And I will leave links, if I can, to the knife, the wig, the sweatshirt. I also got the blood off Amazon, so I'll try and link you to that as well. I'm Opal Sapphire. I will see you in whatever video I decide to put up next.